Let's look at our ED form one more time. Okay. We talked about the annoyed, and frustrated. So anything that you can use with an ED form that could normally be a verb like that. So for example, I was, and often passive, I was annoyed at him. I got fed up. Okay, I was, okay? And interestingly, fed up, feed is the normal present tense, and fed is the past tense. Okay? What about know? Or unknown? Unknown, put it this way. Okay, that's still kind of like a past tense. Unknown to the rest of the class, Jack spoke for the first time. Is a new person in class. Alright, so anything like that. Can anyone come up with another ED word? Many times it follows with a preposition, like for example, annoyed at, fed up with. Are there any positives? These are negative ones. Any positive ones?
Excited.
Excited about. Excited about. Inspired to. Inspired by, let's put it that way. Okay, so can you see, do you now know what I mean when I say ED form or ED words? They're like, okay, so we can use this quite powerfully. Can you remind yourself now, what is this describing more of? It's not adding more verbs to what's happening. What is it doing? More descriptive, more adjectives. So we call these adjectival phrases. Do you remember the adjectives? Okay, the quick brown fox, they're adjectives. But this is now an adjectival phrase. Why? Because it's not a single word like pretty, super, happy, smiling. It's actually a whole phrase. So annoyed at my friend, or inspired by the speaker, or excited about the holiday coming up, that's a phrase. Alright, so let's practice that at some stage. Any questions? I can edit this out.
Just on that as well, like though that kind of writing, it's not only more descriptive, but it's more concise as well. You don't have to use as many words, so then you've got more room to describe and to go into depth later on.
Yep. Yeah, I hope you picked up that point. And that's the whole point of trying to remove ourselves from the primary school style of relying too much on conjunctions and using things like ed, ing, and a comma, just to add extra information. Extra information about the action that's happening, and extra information about the people or the topic involved. Here's one more, a little bit more academic. Let's talk about Battlefield 3. Has anyone played Battlefield 3? Is that old hat now? What's the new Battlefield now? 4? What's the third person shooter? Okay. So, enhanced. That's cool. That is an ED word. Enhanced by the latest Unity engine. That's like I don't know, maybe that's 3D gaming sort of engine, right? Enhanced by the latest Unity engine. BF3. It's not boyfriend, Battlefield. Battlefield 3 takes, let's use acronyms, let's use all these little, the first person shooter, FPS genre. Actually, let's make it pretend, let's make it 8 or 6. So I don't think there is a Battlefield 6. The first person genre to a whole new level. You guys are too busy studying, you're not really into games, I guess. Alright, but does this make sense? Enhanced by the latest Unity engine, Battlefield 6 takes the first person shooter genre to a whole new level. What have I done? I use the ed form to describe more about this. It's been enhanced by something. Guess what? I can put an ing word here. Participial verb. And add that little clause there. So here we go. What kind of ing word could I put? Enhanced by the latest Unity engine, VF6 takes the first person shooter genre to a whole new level. Bringing in, sorry, you were going to say?
I was going to say becoming.
Becoming,
Close.
the new standard for, okay? I was going to put bringing in. Actually, let's make this even more complex. Potentially bringing in. There's my ing word. Is this sounding pretty fluent? Potentially bringing in a whole. I've used whole again. Wait, a new generation of gamer. I'm not saying this really makes sense in a real context, but it's a sentence and it works. Or we could do becoming. Do you want to try and finish that one off?
Becoming like the new standard of excellence or something like that.
Becoming the new standard of excellence in it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, isn't it? Okay, so we've used it all, and that's how we can easily make some new sentences. You can try it yourself. A couple of tips. Okay, so in other words, just be careful of these things. A couple of things to watch out for. Okay, in most cases, you need to make sure you match the ing verb to the topic, subject. Okay, if you don't mention it twice. Okay, or you need to put the topic for each section. Okay, I think we briefly talked about that before, but just make sure it matches. Otherwise, you might be trying to talk about one thing, but you're mixing it up and getting it sort of crossed over. In other words, for example, I could say, Jack listened to the music, listened to his iPod. Jack gave Mum a call, knowing it was his birthday. You might be trying to say, well, Mum knew it was his birthday, but Jack's making the call, so you can't say Jack called his mum, comma, knowing it was his birthday, and try and link that to the mum, because it's actually linking to Jack, because he's the topic of the sentence. Just make sure you match those sort of things up. Don't mismatch your verbs, unless you say, Jack phoned his mum, comma, and then put, his mum, knowing all along that there was a surprise birthday.